any bad thoughts coming to our heads give us the bad directions in the life.
So you're asking me how to protect yourselves from waswasa, the whisperings. What is waswasa? The whisperings of shaitan. Allah is just saying, he goes and he whispers and then he disappears. He goes and he makes some sort of confusion, the doubt, and then he completely disappears. He leaves that confusion inside of you. How to protect ourselves as murids when we're facing that? This is when a connection with the Shaykh is very important. The Rabita is very important. Rabita, we're not claiming to be anything. I'm not going to give you any high mystical answer to what Rabita is. Simple people, simple understanding. First, firm foundation of what Rabita is. Rabita is connecting yourself to the Shaykh, to the point where he is very important to you. It's as if he is there when he's not there physically. And whatever that you're doing now, it's as if he's there. So you're always, let's say, consulting with him, or at least thinking, if he's here, what would he tell me to do? We cannot make that real Rabita, to be honest. Every one of us, all the time. We cannot carry it. We cannot carry it. But now, at least for important decisions, important times of the day, of the week, of the year, then you say, I must hold on to my Shaykh. Or important times of, in one single day, to say, I must be with my Shaykh now. When I'm doing some work for the sake of Allah, I must be with him. That time you are going to carefully listen to what you are supposed to do. Let me give you one simple example. You come back from work, you're very tired. Huh? You take off all your dirty clothes, take a shower, you clean yourself, then you say, I just want to relax now. But you say, no, I shouldn't, because Shaykh Efendi says it's good for us now to just start praying a little bit, to come back to our senses, because we just come back from the dunya. So now you're putting your Shaykh there instead of your ego. Take first step first, okay? Say, okay, now you put on your nice Naksibendi clothes because you know it has extra blessings when you're wearing it. Nakshibendi clothes are clothes of their sunnah, either the sunnah of the Prophet ﷺ or Hazrati Ali or some saint. So now you wear that and you feel different because the rahmat, the blessing is raining down on you now. You're changing, you're outside and you're wearing the clothes that is outside that Allah loves. Okay, the rahmat then falls to you. Then your thinking also changes a little bit. Now you say, now I must pray a little bit. You want to pray fast. You just want to pray the fast. But again, you say, what would Shaykh Efendi? Take him a little bit. No? What would Shaykh Efendi do? What is he going to recommend us to do? You're putting again your Shaykh first. Okay? Clearly, you're trying to listen to his voice. A simple example. Trying to listen to his voice. You're not sitting there trying to think by yourself, trying to reason by yourself, trying to argue with yourself. You know, the way that we argue with ourselves when we're waking up from bed. Should I wake up? No, I shouldn't wake up. I think I should wake up. No, it's okay. You keep talking back and forth. Maybe 5 more minutes. Yeah, it's okay. You know, so much reasoning, mashallah. Correct? You don't do that. Okay? You just say, now I'm going to do this. Then from that simple action to other actions that involve interactions with people, with your family, with outside. You want to scream at that person doing something, but I say no, but Shaykh Efendi's sohbah is saying this. You should try to be a bit more patient, try to figure it out, try to do this and that. What is Shaykh Efendi teaching us if it's not the sunnah? It's everything that the Holy Prophet ﷺ, the awliya Allah, they're teaching us. So now you're putting him, always you're putting him first. That's when you're putting the sohbat into action, as much as you can, you understand? And even if you're doing something wrong, you put him there and says, oh, Shaykh doesn't like this. But at least you're remembering him. You say, oh, but I'm so weak. At least you're remembering him. You're not trying to put him out and say, no, this is my private life. It has nothing to do with Allah, His Prophet. They don't exist. This is just my private life. You don't think of it like that. Once you start establishing that, it is not so easy for waswasa to enter. And when it does, you know that it is just waswasa. It will not have an effect on you. You just like that, say, shh, shut up. Move aside. It starts to put doubt to you, what do you think, and you say, this is just nonsense. You have the willpower then, that time, to shut it because your connection to your Shaykh is strong. Because you're always putting him there. Now when you say, and then you say, Madad, astaghfirullah, what is this? You spit to it, easily they can close the door. Even if it comes, easily can close the door. Then the times when it's really starting to attack you, when you have that connection, is when you open the door. You're feeling tired, you're feeling emotional, and you say, okay, I want to think like this, and slowly you slide. But you know you open it. And you let them in. The doubt that enters, you need to remove. You know if the waswasa, the doubts, the whisperings, if it makes sense or it doesn't make sense. If it's sincere and it makes sense, if it's really asking you a question and you're trying to find an answer, it's not confusing you. You're trying to find an answer, you will go to the people who have the answer. Okay? And you won't rest until you find the right answer. And you know the quality of that question when it comes to you, whether it's really asking for an answer, it's just there to make trouble for you. You know, you're building something, you're building a house. No one's there to help you in the beginning. Well, once you build it, you're finishing it up, and suddenly one person says, why you build it like that? You're so stupid. Suddenly they come in and they're giving their own suggestions, and they're saying this. Where were you all this time when I'm building? Nowhere. Should I really listen to you? No, I shouldn't listen to you. Even if it makes sense, I shouldn't listen to you. It's too late now. I already built the house. I needed you before, but you didn't come. That means the person is there sincerely. He's not trying to help you. He's just trying to make trouble. If he's really trying to help you, he would have been there from the beginning. So, you have your Shaykh there. You make the connection. Now, just a Shaykh, you're trying to now actively, okay, what does the Shaykh mean? What is it? You start to explore the sohbat. In your actions, in your thoughts, with the Jamaat, with people. You start forming now strong bonds. Okay? You start moving in the flock now. That time it's very difficult for the wolf to come. It comes, you can kick it out easy. It comes, you can kick it out easy. Even if you are the weakest one in the flock. But you're out of the flock. Even if you're the strongest one, but you're out of the flock, it's so easy for the wolf to come and get you. Sohbat, association now. That will help you with that. You learn to start thinking the way that Allah wants you to think, the Prophet wants you to think. That's why Allah is saying, what? Be with the Salihin. Be with them, learn from them how to do things, how to live, how to worship. Be with the Salihin. For those who are opposed to say, what is this? I have to make Rabita to the Shaykh, they want me to worship him, We're saying to those Wahhabis, you can do whatever you want. Don't listen to these words then. But it's the same principle as being with the righteous ones, be with the Salihin. This is what is meaning with Rabita and being in Sohbat. Then you learn that all the things that's so important to you, that is so confusing for you, that is so all tied up, you sit with them, you listen to them talk, whether you ask the question directly or indirectly, they untangle things for you. Okay? And then when you start, taking apart all the knots and everything, you realize that it's not that important, it's nothing there, why am I holding on to this so much? You realize that. Then it's easier. Huh? Because Shaitan, His job is to make trouble. Even if you are in paradise, he will find a way to give trouble to you, as he did to our father Adam alayhi salam. So Allah make it easy for you, inshallah. Keep your connection strong. That'll be easier. Assalamu alaikum.